Welcome to a lesson that belongs to the Test with Spring course. The title of this lesson is Running Unit Tests with Gradle Spock Edition, and this lesson has 3 goals. After we have finished this lesson, we understand how we can compile unit tests which use the Groovy programming language. We know how we can run unit tests which use Spock Framework, and we can run only unit tests which belong to a specific JUnit 4 category. Let's start by taking a look at the requirements of our Gradle build. The requirements of our Gradle build are: 1. Our application is written by using the Java programming language. 2. It must support unit tests which use Spock Framework. 3. The source directory of our unit tests must be src/test/groovy. 4. The resources directory of our unit tests must be src/test/resources. And 5. It must run only unit tests which belong to the unit test category. Let's move on and find out how we can get the required dependencies with Gradle. We can get the required dependencies by declaring the following dependencies in our build.gradle file. 1. JUnit version 4.12. JUnit is a framework that allows us to write automated tests with Java programming language. 2. Groovy All version 2.4.11. Groovy is a dynamic programming language for the JVM. And 3. Spock Core version 1.1-Groovy-2.4. Spock is a testing and specification framework for Java and Groovy applications. We don't have to add the JUnit and Groovy dependencies to our build.gradle file. However, if we leave them out, we have to use the JUnit and Groovy versions specified by the Spock Core dependency. Next, we will take a quick look at our Spock specifications. Our example project has 2 simple specification classes that are described in the following. First, the message service spec class specifies one unit test that belongs to the unit test category. The unit test interface is a simple marker interface that identifies tests which should be run when we run our unit tests. Its source code looks as follows. Second, the uncategorized spec class specifies one unit test that doesn't belong to any category. In other words, this unit test shouldn't be run when we run our unit tests. By the way, we will take a closer look at Spock specifications in the next lessons of this topic. That's why you shouldn't worry if you don't understand what these specification classes are doing. That being said, it's important to understand that we print information to system out only because it's the easiest way to see which test methods are run. You shouldn't do this in a real software project. Let's move on and find out how we can compile our unit tests with Gradle. Because our unit tests use the Groovy programming language, we have to compile them by using the Groovy plugin. Before we can use this plugin, we have to apply the Groovy plugin. Because the Groovy plugin extends the Java plugin and adds Groovy-related tasks, dependency configurations, directories and configuration properties to our Gradle build, we don't have to configure any additional source or resource directories. The directories that are relevant for this lesson are described in the following. 1. The src/main/java directory contains the source code of our application. 2. The src/main/resources directory contains the resources of our application. 3. The src/test/groovy directory contains the source code of our unit tests. And 4. The src/test/resources directory contains the resources of our unit tests. Next, we will find out how we can ensure that Gradle runs only the tests which belong to the unit test category. When we want to configure the category of the invoked unit tests, we have to make these changes to the configuration of the test task. 1. Enable JUnit support. Even though JUnit is enabled by default, we have to do this because we want to make changes to the JUnit configuration. 2. Set the fully qualified class name of the unit test interface as the value of the include categories JUnit configuration option. 3. Ensure that Gradle prints the information that is written to systemout or systemerr. This is not required, but if we don't do this, we cannot see if Gradle runs only the unit tests which belong to the unit test category. Next, we will find out how we can run our unit tests with Gradle. We can run our unit tests by running the following command at command prompt: Gradle clean test. When we run this command, we notice that Gradle runs only the test that is found from the message service spec class and ignores the test that is found from the uncategorized spec class. Let's summarize what we learned from this lesson. This lesson has taught us that 1. We can compile our unit tests by using the Groovy plugin. 2. Because the Groovy plugin extends the Java plugin, we don't have to configure any additional source or resource directories. And 3. We can configure the used JUnit for category by setting the value of the include categories JUnit configuration option. That's all for now. Thank you for watching.